Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to LearningSpot. This is your platform to unlock your potentials. I'd like to take you through how you can do a lot of activities using digital tools like Google Forms, Google Slides, Google Docs, Google Sheets. But today's focus, of course, is going to be Google Forms, because we are not going to see all the tools at the same time. So I will just go step by step. I show you how to use Google Forms, maybe just how to open it, how to set some questions, and a little bit of how to view responses and so forth. I go step by step. So this is going to be a very short video to give you a clear picture of what Google Form is, what it looks like, and then like we have some other sessions to see how to set questions in accordance to what you would like to collect from targeted users. So the first thing, as you see, it's logging into your email, and you can see I've already done. I am logged in. Then in the left corner, you can see multiple points where we have Google Apps when you hover over. Then clicking, you see a lot of apps, Gemini, News, Gmail, Chat, and so forth. Then we move down up to Google Forms. We click Google Forms. It opens to a new page. Then you can see start a new form. Like you see, listen forms, I have no formats yet, no forms yet. This is because I'm using new account so that we can have a similar view once you'll be doing like practice for what I'm doing. I didn't want to use an account with some existing forms so that you can have similar appearance with what I am having. So you can see forms, blank form, contact information, RCVP, party invite, t-shirt, sign up. Like these are recommended templates that you can use, but it's not mandatory. You can just go on and pick yours. Here you see owned by anyone. Like when you have some forms here, you will see who is owning them, like you yourself or some other individuals. We will see all that as we move on. And before going on, why Google Forms? You may need to collect some information at your workplace. Maybe you want to understand how people perceive HR processes. Then that would bring about using Google Forms. You may need to understand how your customers are happy with the services or products you give them. You might use Google Forms. You send them a very short link where they can give you feedback about the service or products you are serving them. You may also need to conduct a research. You may need to understand a certain topic, either in social life, economic, or whatever. Then use a Google Form to collect ideas, to collect insights from a targeted audience. This Google Form can be used in different ways, in different careers. Like teachers can use it to collect student attendance records and so forth. You can also use it maybe to evaluate. Let's say you're an administrator in a school, to evaluate how happy teachers are in terms of maybe being trained, in terms of being equipped with tools, in terms of being treated fairly, things like that. So let's now see how to get to a Google Form. We have first seen that you have to sign in or log into your email. Then you have to go to Google Apps. Then moving down, you will see Google Forms. And now we are there. So what next? Let's click blank form. You can now see it's very, very open, and you have an entitled form. This is because We haven't yet given it any name. And to make it simple, I will call it practice form. Practice form. You also need to copy the same name and get it here. But once you click, after writing the name here and you click here, it's immediately pasted there, like duplicated. You don't need to rewrite, but you can still do, but it's done automatically. Here we have like form description. You might need to add some details for individuals who will receive like links to fill in, just to give them details of what the form is about. Let's say this form intends to understand your challenges in using Google Forms at your workplace. Maybe something like this. But you have like making some messages bold, some words, let's say understanding challenges, can make it bold, italic, underlined. You can make it a link, a hyperlinked word. You can use breakpoints, whatever. So this is it for just adding a description. Now you see we have untitled question. That means these will be questions people will be responding to. Something that I can also highlight before moving on. Remember, you can also make this a quiz. Let's say for teachers, you might need to set some online quizzes for students. Let's say you teach in university and your students can do some quizzes online using their smartphones, using their laptops. Then Google Forms is also a tool that can help you out. Once your school doesn't have like a developed learning system, you can be proactive and resourceful, then use a Google form to set quizzes. We see all those processes and practices for you to know how to move on. So you have some features here. You can see add question. This is for you when you have added the very first question, you can then add another question. Import questions. When you have some questions in other forms, you can import them and get them mixed with your form. Add title and description. You can add a title like in between of your form, then describe it. You can add an image. You can add a video. You can add a section. Like let's say you're trying to understand how happy your employees are in terms of HR processes. You can have like fair promotions, a section called fair promotion, a section called salary payments, a section called wellness, maybe wellness or treatment, fair treatment. You can have multiple sections in a single form that you want your targeted audience to fill in or to work on. Those are some of the features that you directly come up with once you land on a Google form. Now let's add the very first question. Let's say you want people to type in their email. You can say, what is, let's say with their names, what is your name? What is your name? Then you can see here we have a way of showing which form of response the users will be given. Then having multiple choice, that means you will need to have a list of all targeted audience so that everyone will be choosing their own name. But you can still make it very easy and simple. Then you give them an option to type in their own names. How do you do that? You see, when I click here, see you have short answer, paragraph, and so forth. Now here we can go on with short answer. Then someone will just scan and type their name here. There is something else that is very important to know. You see, still add an image, inline image. If you want to add an image, you can do so. But what I want to focus on is required. When you just want some questions to be mandatory, then you will have to click here. Like we make it like this. That means someone will not be able to submit without working on this question. But when you want it to be like optional, then there is no need of clicking here. You will keep it like this. You can also duplicate the question. Maybe you want to change a very little thing on the question, then there is no need of writing a lot of steps. Let's say you want to ask what is your email. You can just duplicate and just change your email. And that will be very simple. You still have short answer as a way of answering. You still have it not required, but let's say we want it to be mandatory. Then we do like this. We have drilled. You need to delete a question when you made some mistakes, or maybe you made it duplicate unintentionally, or you just see no use of it in a Google form. Then you will need to delete it. We also have some multiple dots here. You see description, response validation. This is not much of our focus line now. I just want to show you how to add questions, how to do different activities. But I can still add one more question without short answer form for you to see how you can go on with other ways of requesting individuals to respond. Let's again use duplicate. We change the question. Let's say you want to understand how happy people are using scales. Then you ask a question like this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you with wellness, employee wellness at, let's say, XX company? Then here, now that we want to ask like people to rate how happy they are, we choose something different from a short answer form. You can see we have paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, file upload, linear scale, rating, multiple choice grid, tweak box grid. Let's go on with linear scale. Then you will need to, you see like automatically it gives from 1 to 10, I mean to 5, where our question is up to 10. Then we have to edit that. Then we make it to 10. We will also be required to label the meaning.